Here's the regenerated full 30-chapter manuscript of Under Radar with author credit to Mr. Anthony Maloney. Each chapter is kept tight so you can read on mobile. Title. Under Radar. Author. Mr. Anthony Maloney. Chapter 1. The Last Swipe. Tanisha Takeda Jones withdrew $4,300 from the Wells Fargo on Peachtree at 11:47 p.m. She left the card in the ATM. The court docket was public. The blogs were public, so she decided to become private. By sunrise, Tina Jones would be no one. Chapter 2. Burner Life. Rule 1. Pay in fives. Rule 2. Buy the phone, not the plan. Tanisha activated a track phone as Tina Jones in a Waffle House parking lot. Sal the trucker asked if she was running. She said traveling. He offered New Mexico. She took it. Chapter 3. Rerouted. Sal's Peterbilt smelled like diesel and old coffee. He didn't ask for her last name. She didn't offer. Between Texas and the state line, she learned how to sleep with her back to the door. The radar was quiet. Chapter 4. Desert quiet. The cabin was 12 miles outside Taos. No power lines. No address. She paid 6 months cash to a man who didn't want her ID. The first night, the silence had teeth. She slept with a hammer. Chapter 5. The Ranger. Forest Service Ranger Diaz stopped by monthly fire checks, he said. He never wrote her name down. But his eyes wrote everything else. Tanisha started keeping Mercy, the stray pit mix, by the door. Chapter 6. Paper Ghosts. In Atlanta, she'd been a nonprofit director. A donor sued. The case was dismissed, but the accusation lived online forever. Comments called her a thief. Google never forgot, so she left Google. Chapter 7. Barter Town. She traded sage bundles and tinctures for propane, rice, and diesel. The general store owner called her T. No receipts. No cameras. Her face became less searchable than a rock. Chapter 8. No face, no trace. She cut her locks. Stopped wearing hoops. Bought men's Carhartts at the thrift. In town, people saw a shape, not a woman. Not Tanisha. Anonymity was a costume she never took off. Chapter 9. Winter Teeth. February hit -14. The wood stove died. She and Mercy huddled under every blanket for 40 hours. When the sun came back, she rewired the stove herself. Nearly dying was a curriculum. Chapter 10. The Dog. Mercy didn't bark at wind. When she barked, Tanisha listened. The dog learned her schedule. Tanisha learned the dog's warnings. They kept each other off the grid and alive. Chapter 11. The Greenhouse. Year 2. She built a lean-to with salvaged windows and a 100-watt solar panel. Tomatoes in January. Off the grid wasn't suffering. It was control. She controlled the light. Chapter 12. Mail drop. The church in Cuesta let her use a P.O. boxes, T. Jones. Letters from her sister came once a quarter. No return address. Tanisha burned them after reading. Ash didn't get forwarded. Chapter 13. Tourist season. Summer brought RVs and questions. A couple from Colorado asked to photograph her cabin for their blog. She said no. They took a picture anyway. She moved the fire pit that night. Chapter 14. The Writer. He said his name was Cole. He was working on a piece about intentional living. He asked about her past. She asked about his editor. He didn't have one. She packed her bag that night. Chapter 15. Old Scars. Flashback. The lawsuit. The board folded. The news used her full name. Her mother stopped answering calls. The court said not guilty. The internet said guilty anyway. She left before the appeal. Chapter 16. Triangulation. Her burner lit up once. One bar. No calls. No texts. But it meant a tower had seen her. She hiked 8 miles and buried the phone under a cairn. Bought a new one in Santa Fe with cash. Chapter 17. Mercy's vet bill. Mercy ate a fish hook. The vet in Taos wanted $600 and a name. Tanisha gave him $700 and said, Jane. He looked at Mercy, then at her, and wrote, cash customer, on the chaw.